What's going on? It's your boy God by 2009. And I'm just doing a little something for y'all today. Just like I said, I know it's getting near the close to the end of the year, so I don't know if I'll be keeping this one up in particular, but I told you I'm gonna, do a little content for y'all to check out. I try to, think I was gonna wait till the following year, but I think I'll do something for y'all right quick because I know y'all appreciate it. I know a lot of y'all been really hitting me up, so I think I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna do it on Scorpio obstacles in relationships because I be hearing a lot about that. So today I'm going to cover that a little bit. Y'all just give me a second to load everything up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button as you enter the chat. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. And this one's going to be about Scorpio relationship obstacles, all the stuff that happens in relationships with Scorpios that end up with fallouts, breakups, or whatever. So I'm gonna go into that for y'all a little bit. Thank you for everybody who's in the chat room. Please make sure you like as you enter the chat room. I appreciate it. I'm just setting everything up for y'all. I appreciate all the love. Because a lot of times when I go through my little stuff, like I tell y'all, you got your own personal life outside of, doing whatever. But sometimes you need to, instead of holding things in, I told you as I'm growing and evolving, I'm learning to be more expressive instead of hold things in and become, and build that inner rage. So I realized that certain things I should break down for y'all instead of keeping everything to myself. So I'm a Mandra, Rita, great. Finally missed your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And make sure you like as you enter the chat. I really appreciate it. Hey, Brittany John, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the love. And this one I'm gonna go into. A lot of times people I deal with Scorpios and they always want to know what is it, what are particular problems and particular things that run into the relationship. Like why is it that the Scorpio becomes angry? Why is it that the Scorpios don't really really are really big relationship people? Why Scorpios stay so single for so long? Why certain clashes happen, you know what I'm saying? What makes Scorpio, this different type of person, that falls into these different situations. And one thing I had to really think about this because I didn't know if I really was going to do this and cover this, but I'm gonna break this down for y'all a little bit. One thing about us as Scorpio men and as Scorpios period, we don't really we are not these enormous daters. We're not these habitual daters. We don't really step outside and really try to go with this person, jump with next person. We're not these type of daters. We're not these type of people who just are, ecstatic to just let anybody in because just like I tell you, when it comes to a relationship with a Scorpio man, it's like inviting somebody into our house. It's like building a brand new house with all white in it. One thing about our relationship is like when we build a brand new house with all white in it, everything's clear, everything it has a certain purity to it because we clean it out. We make sure one thing about Scorpio, we do clean house and we don't keep a lot of mess around us, especially when we go into the more evolved stages when we grow and we start becoming more wiser and we start to become more in tune with ourselves. We start to clean house. We start to evaluate everything around us, and we look at everybody around us. And one thing about us, we don't just look for a woman because of her appearance. We don't really care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you're a type of person that can fit with the Scorpio, you'll be able to fit with them. If you're not the type of person that you know doesn't really fit, it can still work, but at the same time it takes certain work. Like I told y'all, like when you think about Scorpio, think about it as a house. Just like I always tell y'all, think about it as a house. You know what I'm saying? And we don't let anybody in because if you're not sure and don't trust nobody or don't have an understanding of the people you letting in your house, they gonna stomp, wipe their feet on you. You know what I'm saying? If you especially if you don't understand them, they can start coming in. They could have a whole calm appearance. In the first season, whatever, or even in the second season, but as soon as you get into a third season or you hit into some type of real serious situation, they could go crazy and start knocking the windows out your house. They could start ripping the carpet out your house. You know what I'm saying? And let me see. And when I say a house, it could be anything. It could be your physical being. It could be your health wise. It could be your confidence level. It can be all of that. You know what I'm saying? And if you let random people in, you start hanging out with random dudes. Start hanging out, letting random people around you. You letting anybody into your house, they're gonna cause friction. They're gonna cause chaos to your house. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a Scorpio, we don't trust anybody. We don't really trust anybody right off the gate. And you got to understand that when you're with us, you got to understand even if you've known us and have a certain history with us, doesn't mean we're gonna just automatically let you in. Doesn't mean we're gonna automatically you know open this enormous book of ourselves and starts pouring things out to you. That's not how it works with us. A lot of people are used to being with basic people with basic personalities and don't never challenge them, don't never question what they say, don't never stand on their own, so to say. A lot of people when they get in relationships, they start to become almost like a dummy on a string, and everything has to be in court, in a certain in line with what the other person wants. And we are the type of individuals that we try to share ourselves. We try to be loving, but at the same time, we are very intolerant of a whole lot of mess. One thing about us, we know where we stand at. We know how we are as individuals. We know our personality traits. We know our anger. We know how serious we are. We know how real we are. And when we out, when we finally find a person, it's a person. It's not because, and let me get this clear, because a lot of you don't really understand what a Scorpio man is looking for, or what's really going on when they with a Scorpio. Like, why did he choose me in particular? Because I get a lot of questions about that. Um, we're not impressed by a whole lot of, but we love beautiful women. Of course, we want a beautiful woman. We want a woman that looks good and everything. But that's not even a half of what we're looking for. We're looking for somebody that is solid. We're looking for somebody that has certain morals and certain honor about themselves, certain integrity about themselves. We're not looking for just a woman that just particularly just all looks, because a lot of individuals, when they look for an individual to date a person, they only looking for the physical attraction. They only looking for certain things. We don't care about how savvy you think you are. We don't care about how intelligent you think you are, how enormous you think your your vocabulary is. We're not those type of individuals. When you talk about a Scorpio and dating a Scorpio and being with us, we looking for a person with heart, a person with soul, with heart and soul, a person that's real, a person that's organic, somebody that we can trust, somebody that we don't have to worry about walking out the door every 2 seconds, somebody that we don't have to worry about peeping over our shoulders every 2 seconds, because you got to be understanding. One thing about us is we don't try to be these drastic, evil, dark people, but one thing about us as Scorpio, we are realists, and if that makes us look dark, we don't really care what it makes us look like or how people put us, how people label us, but this is who we are. If when one thing about us is we are realists. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times in the relationship, a lot of people can't take what we tell them, because we're not those type of individuals that's going to sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? We're not the type of individuals that's going to tell you what you want to hear. And a lot of times that brings us to being the bad guy or make us be labeled as the dark guy or as the evil person, because we will tell you, instead of making lies up to you, instead of being, being some fake individual, we will tell you exactly what it is. We don't have any problems with letting anybody know the truth about themselves or truth about what's going on. But at the same time, we can take it, you know. But one thing about us is we don't like to. This is another thing people don't that causes a lot of clashes with us. We are no respecter of a person trying to be overbearing of us, or try to muscle us, or try to. You're not gonna get the right reaction out of them. You're gonna end up getting a clash, because you got to understand, this man is solid. This man is definitely masculine. This man is definitely strong. This man is full of courage. He's not going to be the individual that's going to allow you to be belligerent. He's not going to allow you to be clamorous with your words and the way you approach us. When you deal with us and you date us, it has to be with respect. When you come with us and come to us, or draw to us, or build a relationship or whatever, it has to be no less than respect, because we when we come to people, we come with nothing but respect. He's not going to be the individual that go back and forth with you. He's not going to sit and play ping pong with you. He's not going to do that, because at the same time, we know where we stand. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why we're such introverts. That's one reason why we're so closed in, because we know once you let a person in, and once you open that door of trust, so to say, once you let that brick wall down, a lot of people start getting too familiar. A lot of people get real comfortable. A lot of people forget how strong we really are. A lot of people forget who we are and where we stand as individuals. And that's what makes us start cutting people off. That's what makes us stop talking to people. That's what makes us start becoming angry. That's what makes a lot of people not understand where the Scorpio is shutting down, because we see exactly where the road is headed. We see exactly through a person's, words, the person's emotions, and we know what is the cause of certain things. And we don't sit there and try to we're not the type of individuals that's going to sit and try to figure things out. We already understood. We Most of the time we already figured out. By the first week of us knowing you, we already see exactly where you headed. We know what type of individuals that we deal with. Let me go in and see what y'all talking about. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all enter. I see y'all going in and out. I think y'all, the few of y'all that's in here, because I know it's the holidays, so I know it's gonna be whatever. But I appreciate all the love. Nonetheless, thank you so much. Hey, Rita. I don't know if I said hello to Rita, Brittany, John. Hey, Corliss Vance. Good morning. Good morning. Enchanted Provisions. Do Scorpios ever realize they were wrong? If so, do they come back? Absolutely. Absolutely we do come back, but at the same time, we're not the type of individuals that's going to he'll come back. I mean, if we realize we wrong, yeah, he'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back. But it depends on how the situation was handled, because just because he had a fallout with you or have anything, don't mean it's totally one-sided all the time. And just because you run into a problem, don't mean you dealt with the situation in the best way or handled the situation in the best way. Because one thing about us, a lot of people don't understand, we are extremely patient. You know, a lot of people think, oh, we just these, walking time bombs. We are not. It's not like that. I told you, it's like a volcano when it comes to our temperaments and how we handle people and how we take on our issues and things like that. We don't try to unleash it just sporadically. We're not the type of people that just get mad over petty stuff. Our temper slowly builds because we blast off. We have a different level. You know what I'm saying? I know you got fire signs that blast off, and fire signs are known for having certain tempers. Certain earth signs are known for having certain tempers, but our temper is more slowly brewing. And you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't see it coming, because we do have a certain um we do have the puzzle face, and we do have a particular way of carrying ourselves, and When you look at us, it could appear that we cool and laid back, but at the same time, we are collecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we are trying to calm ourselves down because we already know that certain issues are going to fall out. Certain things are going to blast off, and we are not those type of individuals that try to take everything out on one person. That's why a lot of times, we will go into a silence during an argument. We will sit there with the puzzle face because we're trying to regain ourselves. We're trying to control ourselves because we the type of individuals. Y'all, excuse me. We the type of individuals. We know where we stand. We know what type of temperament we have. We know what type of anger we have. We know how it can come off. We know that in the spur of the moment, you can say anything. In the spur of the moment of anger, you could come off in any type of direction. You can say some of the most meanest things. You can do things you can regret. So before Scorpio will start going to a clash with a person, before we go into some type of shouting match with a person, we will cut them off. We will cut communication off. We will leave it alone. We will even offer it to you. Do you want to not deal with us? We not the type of individuals that's going to sit and be like, oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? I wish I can just make things so much better. Can we sit and talk? Can we have some type of long, overdrawn debate about absolutely nothing? We're not those type of individuals. We already see the issue for what it is. We know if it's petty and if it's important. We definitely will go into and have a discussion about it. If you're the type of person that's worth having a discussion with about it, because one thing about us, we are the type of individuals we speak from the heart. We speak from the chest. We're not the type of individuals that's going to be we're not gullible. We're not soft. When you deal with this individual, he's going to tell you about yourself. If you're not a tough person, if you're not a real person of any type of substance, if you're not a person that can really take criticism, if you're not a person that can really look at yourself for your negative aspects, then he will show it to you. He will reflect it to you because just like they say, when you're dealing with a Scorpio, he's going to mirror your behavior. He's going to show you exactly what you're doing. Even if you're not realizing what you're doing, he's going to show you what you're doing, regardless of if you ever own up to it, regardless of if you ever take responsibility for it. We're going to show you exactly who you are. We're going to show you, we're going to put the mirror up in your face real close. Not only you're going to get a look, you're going to get a close look with detail. And a lot of people can't take that. It's easier to, and one thing, this is another reason why a lot of Scorpios, why we don't end up, with everybody, because a lot of people can't stomach us. We are very genuine and we are very heartfelt. We are very we can shake you up, so to say, and not in a bad way, but we can. If you are in a spiritually stagnated place where you don't understand yourself, where you are been the same way for years, whether you were wrong, whether you were right, you've been stuck with the same people, telling spoon feeding you, just messing around and tolerating BS, dealing with a bunch of stuff. We're gonna straighten that out right there on the spot. And one thing about us, we're not these individuals that's gonna butter you up and then wait to then wait to get a response. We type of individuals that's gonna really look at you. We're gonna tell you right there from the first encounters. We're not the type that's gonna hold some type of illusion to your face or pretend to be some type of individual that we're not in order to make you comfortable until we bring out our true selves. No, we show who we are right there on the spot, and that's why a lot of people can't take us. We don't wear a masquerade. We don't wear illusion. We not no fake paper back type of people. We're not those type of individuals. I told you, when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you're not dealing with the average man. A lot of females, they're used to dating the fast food individuals. They used to dating the Instagram guy. They used to dating the the what the everyday average Joe that not going to speak up for herself. That's going to butter them up. That's going to butter her ego. We're not those type of individuals because we know where we stand. We will pour out love and admiration, and we are some of the most loving, enormous heart people that you can ever be around. But you have to be and deserve it. It's not going to be any undeserved love or any undeserved affection, because once we do give affection, we give it out in abundance. We know that we are these very strong people with these very strong auras, and we know that we have a certain strength about ourselves, and we know that we have a certain clash, with certain people because of our honesty. We have a brutal honesty. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that fire signs are more honest. Yeah, they have it, but at the same time, they will. A lot of times it's sporadic. A lot of times when you get words of a fire sign, it's not gonna be well thought out. It's gonna be out of anger. It's gonna be at the spur of the moment. It's gonna be right off. It's not gonna be really given that much thought. One thing about us, when we give somebody the truth, or when we tell somebody something, we tell them. We sat there and analyzed it. We sat there and thought about it. We know how it's going to affect you. We know how it's going to hit you. We know how, because one thing about Scorpio, that's why they say, why don't we talk too much? Why don't we open up too much? Because I know y'all be like, oh, you Scorpio, but how come you're so, able to speak up? I can't get my Scorpio to talk. I can't get my Scorpio to open up. It's not because he don't want to open up. Y'all got to understand, when y'all see me, this is I'm 30 years old. I'm recently now opening up. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand. I went almost years with barely talking. I talk, and I did. I had my people, but they were only a handful of people that I would open up to. You know, I'm in my Phoenix stage, so I'm at the stage where I finally want to use my experiences, the things that I've seen, the things that I encounter, in order to teach, in order to build with people, in order to um to find things out. Because one thing about us as Scorpios, even when we're silent and real quiet, we know the power of communication. We know the strength of communication. We know the power of networking and building with people. And one thing, the Scorpio, if you know anything about the Scorpio, I'm gonna do a video about that too. You got to understand that Scorpio is not just, when you talk about Scorpio love power. I know a lot of times you'll hear Scorpio. They love power, they love position, but it's not the exact position that you always think. Yeah, we love power and position as far as business, absolutely, because we like to do things in a certain way. We like to have a certain direction, but at the same time, we like all different kinds of powers. It's not just one variety of power. We like power of communication. We like the power of networking, because we realize, as you communicating and building with people, you build up. You build. It's a strength in that. Anything that's a strength in a Scorpio will love. Anything that has a certain that will bring the best out of us. That will bring the most, enormous characteristics out of us. Anything that will bring the highest heights out of us. We love that. Whether it's the power of writing, whether it's the power of communication. Because one thing I realized is, I realized that I would have my time. Even as a child, I realized I would have my time where I would need to talk. I would have my time where I need to communicate. There will be a time and a place where I need to do that, because I had to understand this. You know what I'm saying? And even though I was quiet during my earlier years, I started opening up. I started opening up because I realized that it's power in the communication, but I realized it was powers in my listening also. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Scorpios, we realize that as we get into our Phoenix stage, that communication is key, because if we have a certain knowledge or a certain wisdom about ourselves, we have to share it. We have to build, because if I give somebody a jewel, I drop somebody something, and give somebody a piece of something, that's more than anything that I could ever do for you. If I can make you laugh and make you and teach you something, if I could spark your mind to thinking something, if I could, give you a boost, I'll make you smile during your day, then I felt that I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. A lot of people think, oh, Scorpio is they're just all about, this and that, and doing manipulating or doing certain things. No, we're not those type of individuals. we're very straightforward. A lot of Scorpios, you have certain ones that have certain personalities, but just like I tell you, it's all based on who that individual is, how, what that person is it a low vibrational Scorpio? Where did they, how is their background? How were they raised? What type of person was that particular Scorpio? Let me see. I told you I'm jumping into this one a little bit today. Hey, what's going on, Wayne Jasper? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, make sure y'all donate. Show some love if you can. Hey, Isha, baby. Hey, Natasha. Monda, right? Hello, everybody. Hello. I appreciate all the love. I'm gonna give y'all a second. Y'all usually be hitting me. Everybody usually be coming in here busting with all types of questions, all types of stuff. It's really quiet. That's what's up. I like hearing from y'all though. Shoot. Let me see. I'm gonna put my link in for y'all. Put my email address if y'all want to contact me. Because one thing about this is a lot of times what people don't understand is we try to avoid that. Like a lot of people think the Scorpio is the type of person that is more of an aggressor. When that's not the issue. That's not how we are. We're not the aggressor when it comes. We're not trying to pursue people in order to cause any type of argument or cause any type of fight or sting people. We're not those type of individuals, but we are the type of individuals that will guard ourselves. We play more of an offense than a defense. But if you do strike at us and you do cause any type of issue with us, and you do get into any type of looking for any type of issue with us, we are very guarded, and we will lash back, not out of trying to hurt somebody, but just out of trying to protect ourselves, because we are water signs. We have different. One thing about water signs, all of us have our own defense mechanisms of protecting ourselves. When you talk about the Cancer, man, the Cancer will go into a more. They will retreat. They will go into more of a retreat, and they will back away from people. They will retreat into their homes, into their comfort zones. They will stop communicating. They will shut down. Some Cancers won't talk to you ever again, because they are really really sensitive when it comes to people crossing them. When it comes to people hurting their feelings, they don't really tolerate that at all. None of us really. No water sign tolerates people stepping on us, but some certain signs will let certain people roll over them. Let me see. In the Pisces, they will go into a more of a elusive thing where they just kind of disappear and to the background. But we the type of individuals, we'll stand our ground, but at the same time, when we do lash at you, it leaves uh, a deep mark, because we know that we don't have anybody. Just like I told y'all, we are introverted and we are loners, so we have this distinct natural toughness about ourselves. Let me see. Ace, where you say, oh, why 2009 is in my name? 2009 is in my name because that's to me that was the year I really started to actually live life. A lot of people think, oh, because you're an adult, you're living life, or oh, because you're this age, you're starting to live life, or because you got this, maintain this, you start to live life. But to me, you start living life once you start to understand yourself and understand what's going on around you. And that 2009 was the year I started to realize the world around me. I started to understand myself. I started to really live life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people been alive for 60 years and never lived life. But for me, that was the year I started to really live life. I didn't go by no what this person told me, or by what this uncle told me, or what dad told me, or what my brother told me, or what this individual told me, or what this class told me. I started using my own instincts. I started using the brain that I was given. I started to look outside the picture. So that was the year where my eyes started to open. Let me see. Uh, do school. Let me see. Oh, thank you so much, Enchanted. I really appreciate the donation. Thank you, Enchanted Provisions. I like that name. What does it mean exactly, if you don't mind? Hey, J Bird, hello. I thank you. I really appreciate it. I know it's a lot of people. It's really crazy because of the holidays. I'm so used to y'all piling up in here, but I really appreciate it because I remember doing videos where it was just like it'd be like two people, you know what I'm saying, three people. I was happy for that, and I'm still the same way. And that's one thing that made me a little different because I'm comfortable with reaching people. I'm comfortable with reaching that few handful of people. I appreciate all the love and all my supporters, and it means so much to me. Uh, and one thing, another thing, I'm not gonna go too much crazy on this, but I'm gonna break it down for y'all because y'all, this is gonna be more of a personal video. I know a lot of people do private videos and put videos on private. I don't do that because I don't think it's fair for just a small group to just see it. I try to do it right there on the spot, and whoever sees it, they see it. I don't even get to watch it again. But I do it to so I can almost like sharpen my intellectual pencil. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I would do sporadic videos that I probably won't even keep up because just like anything, even Louis Armstrong said you have to keep up your chops. He had to play the trumpet every day, even though he was an icon and a legend. He still had to practice three times. He said he would practice for hours a day, even after shows and stuff. So it's the same thing, So y'all don't get y'all don't think I'm coming off as being random when I take certain videos down. Let me see. And one thing you got to realize when you're dealing with us is we do have this explosive rage, but just like I said, we don't try to look for trouble. We don't try to initiate problems with people. We don't try to look for relationship problems or clash with people. We're the type of individuals, we take our time. We take our time, we look and we turn every page precisely. We don't just randomly choose a girl because oh she looks nice or she's attractive. We do like women with very piercing personalities, with very piercing character, physical traits. Yeah, absolutely. We do like women with very that stands out. We like a woman that's very different, but at the same time, you can't come along, with the same old dealing with us. You can't um, come and be disrespectful and think he's going to tolerate it. He's not going to be that individual. He's going to be the type of individual that stands his ground. He's going to tell you about yourself. He will put you in check. He's definitely going to let you know what's going on because we're not the type of individuals that tolerate disrespect. And that's what a lot of times that's what causes the problems. That's what causes the issues. It's the things. It's the small things. Like I told y'all, a lot of people don't understand. It's the small stuff. It's not. We're not the type of individuals that nitpick. We're not the type of individuals that looking for these enormous things and looking for this enormous list of certain things that you have to qualify. No, we're not those type of individuals, but it's the small stuff such as respect, such as how you approach us, such as little things and watch how you talk to us and how you come just how you come to us, period. Oh, Jane Wayne Jasper, what's going on? I have a doctor's appointment. Oh, okay, you got a doctor's appointment. See you later, Wayne. Oh man, my boy Wayne can't even stick in. That's why I say I know a lot of y'all are busy. That's why I don't. That's why I wanted to really wait before I did this. But I'm just trying to give y'all a little something because I know a lot of y'all, still want to watch it, even though it's a holiday. I know a lot of y'all still want to check me out, still watch some videos, still want to watch some content from me. Even though I know it's going to only be a certain amount, I'm just doing this for y'all, just to because I know y'all really enjoy these, and I really appreciate all the love y'all been showing me. So I'm trying to dig and give y'all a little extra. I really appreciate all the love. Let me see. I don't see anybody asking no real big questions. Let me see. This is going to be a good. Let me see. A lot of times, Scorpio, we will. And this is another thing. Oh yeah, this is enormous. Another part that I almost forgot. when you dealing with us, and a lot of times what end up happening is with the Scorpio, you can't just keep everything basic. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to communication. The communication is an enormous part of what ass so-called ass fuel to the fire is what makes things difficult in the relationship with the Scorpio. It's what makes things tumble downhill. You can't just keep everything basic when it comes to us. You got to communicate. You can't just base everything on text messages. Do not try to pour your heart. Do not try to base everything on. It's okay. You can do that, but at the same time, you can't just base everything on just purely text messaging. Um, doing the social media thing. Whatever. However you do it, even by telephone, you have to actually communicate with them. If you're gonna do it by technology, just pick up the phone and call him. Tell even if you feel like you're very and have a certain insecurity about letting in certain things or let him know about certain things, just pick up the phone, talk to him. We're not these individuals that are we don't we're not these people that make things difficult for you to open up. You can open up to him. You can let him know how you feel. Just at the same time, like I tell everybody, I tell y'all this a lot. Just don't come to the situation. I'll come to the Scorpio man with a whole lot of extra attitude, a whole lot of drama. Just be natural. Just speak your mind and let him know exactly what's going on. Let him know exactly how you feeling. Because at the same time, if he's dealing with you, it's because he wants to deal with you. I have to tell a lot of my viewers that a lot of my supporters that if he's with you, it's because he wants to be with you. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Wayne Jasper. He's because he wants to be with you. We're not these individuals that be in relationships because it's the good thing to do. Mama always said you got to be in a relationship. All my brothers are married. I should get married too. It sure would be nice to have. No, we're not those type of individuals. One thing about us is we do go for long periods of time. And that's probably what brings more of our sensual nature out. A lot of people say we're very passionate when it comes to sensuality and love and whatever because we can go through long periods of time without being with anybody. So we definitely will have this strong boost of energy, this very intense energy and this very intense aura because we 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 collect everything, all our energies. We sit there and collect. We build ourselves. One thing about Scorpio is, especially when we go and disappear, we will build ourselves. We build our energies. We uh we try to find the best. We try to bring out the best of ourselves. That's why a lot of times we don't jump from relationship to relationship. A lot of times Scorpio will pace itself. We pace ourselves. So if you think the Scorpio man is gonna be a type to be like, oh, he's with this person, but he's with that person, you might see that in a low vibrational, but that's not exactly who we are. That's if you think that's who we are, nothing that has nothing to do with us. It might have something to do with low vibrational people, period. Because we're not those type of individuals. One thing about Scorpio, I can tell you is that we know what energy is worth. We know what power that holds within us. And when you out sleeping with different partners, when you out dating different people, even when you're having conversation with certain low vibrational people, it can deteriorate you. It can confuse you. It can cause you to turn left. One negative comment from a person can break a person's spirit. So we know the power of energy, the power of surrounding yourself with positive influences, the power of surrounding yourself with positive people. We know that having an argument and letting a person speak to us a certain way is soaking in that toxic energy. If a person is continually, trying to throw, nasty words, are they cursing, are they throwing certain slurs at us? We know we're inhaling that. It's almost like inhaling poison. So we know we will break away. That Scorpio man will break away from that. He's not the type that's going to sit there and try to figure it out. He's not going to he might try to figure it out, but he's not going to sit there and try to argue with you. He's not going to sit there and try to go back and forth with you for a long time. He will retreat. He will get to the point where he break off um communication. He will break off certain things. If you get to the point where you screaming and where you can't control yourself, where you can't control your temperament, where you can't keep your composure, where you're just all over the place emotionally, where you're just all over the place, mentally, he will not tolerate that. He will leave it wherever it is. He's not gonna get to a point where he's gonna dwell in sinking sand. A lot of guys in relationships, they're almost running in place in sinking sand. They're running a race in sinking sand. Just put that thought pattern in process. You're running in sinking sand. So if you run in sinking sand, you're gonna sink faster. You're gonna be devoured by it. You're gonna disappear in it. It's gonna completely annihilate you. It's gonna completely destroy you. Before we try to run in sinking sand, we will jump completely out the puddle. We will rip ourselves completely out that puddle. We're not the type that's gonna sit and dwell in the worst atmospheres around the worst people. We're not those type of individuals. A lot of people say, "Oh, Scorpio, he's hanging around." No, we're not those type of individuals. If it's certain situations where Scorpio is stuck on certain people, but at the same time, he's not going to cross over certain barriers in order to contact you. He's not going to cross certain barriers in order to find you. He's not going to do that. He's just going to look at you from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I see somebody said something. Give me a second. I really appreciate all the love. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm just keeping my pencil sharp, so to say. I told y'all I be doing these videos, not just to just be taking them down and putting them up, taking them down, putting them up, but I'm keeping my pencil sharp, so to say, because I want to keep just keep everything clear, keep my mind clear, keep my voice clear. So a lot of times I'll do videos and do topics just to keep myself up, just to keep everything going. Scorpio men aren't big on communicating, in my experience, though, can be very reserved. And the reason we're very reserved, Mary, because we're trying to see where you stand at in communication, because everybody don't communicate the same. Everybody's not understanding. Everybody's not a big communicator. Everybody's not big on looking at and understanding us. We're very misunderstood. We're very complex. We have a deep mind and a deep aspect of looking at things. We have a deep intellectual. We have an enormous heart, but at the same time, we are very real. We're very straight to it. We don't try to look at. We don't try to sprinkle fairy tales. We don't try to fake it in order to so-called make it. We're very real. We're very down to earth, but we don't open up to everybody because not everybody deserves for us to open up to them. Because once we open up to people, you know, we don't know where they're gonna come at us, or how they're gonna come at us. Pecan Delicious. Hey, hello, Pecan Delicious. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Pecan. That's a name. Pecan Delicious. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I might keep this up because I know I took out. Did I take down my last two videos? I think I took down my last two videos. Wow. So I don't know. I might keep this one up in particular because I know a lot of y'all still want to check it out. I might just keep it up. Thank you, Miss. I appreciate it. Happy holidays to all y'all. Forever evolving. Hey, God body. Hey, and everyone. Happy Christmas. Yeah. Oh yeah. Merry. Happy holidays to everybody. Rebecca Davis. Hey, let me see what you're saying. Why do some men Scorpios communicate indirectly? My Scorpio is a DJ, and I feel like he communicate through songs. I really wish he would say how he feels out of his mouth. And there's nothing wrong with that. In order to do that, you have to just make him feel comfortable in order to open up. The easier and more simplistic you make it for us to communicate with you, for us to understand you, is the easier it'll get for him to open up to you. Once you build that trust and once you build that understanding, um, and build that comfort level, he will open up to you. But understand, once he opened up to you, you got to learn how to keep that going. A lot of people, once we open up to them, they end up blowing it because they either get too comfortable, they either start becoming too cocky or too egotistical. And once we realize that, we will cut it off because we realize that you don't take the relationship or the friendship or the trust seriously. We're not those type of individuals that trust anybody. And when I mean anybody, y'all, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean anybody. You could be our closest relative or whatever, but if you don't show any trustworthy characteristics, if you don't have any strong morals and values and certain strengths about yourself, if you don't have no substance to yourself, we're not going to communicate with you. We don't care if you are a twin brother. If we can't trust you, we're not gonna open up to you. We're gonna keep it okay. A, B, and C. We're gonna keep it A, B, C, D. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about A, B, C, and D. When I see you, we're not going outside the first three letters of the communication alphabet. We're gonna keep it A, B, C. Let's talk about uh, work, traveling, and entertainment, and we don't even like really talking about entertainment, but we will keep it cookie cutter basis with you. If you can't handle the deeper topics, if you can't handle the deeper substance and the deeper portion of us and what we share with you, we will start to break it down. It'll get to the point where he will start to break it down and communicate with you the way you want to be communicated with. We're not going to give you anything that you haven't asked for, give you anything that you haven't really been pushing for. I love Scorpio, man. I fall in love with them very easily and they stay in my mind forever. I am a Leo with a lot of Scorpio and Cancer in my birth chart. Maybe that's why I fall for them so easy. Okay, okay, I understand that, Brittany. I got a couple of Brittany's in here. Uh, Thank you so much. And remember, like I told y'all, if y'all want to communicate with me, I don't know, I might keep this one up because it is quite a few of y'all that are really checking this out. Y'all supported this video, so I might keep it up just for y'all because y'all been enjoying it. You know, just understand when it comes to relationship obstacles. With a Scorpio, realize that he will come and communicate with you, but in order to bring that bridge and building that gap, you got to be a type of person that be realistic and look at yourself at the same time. He's not going to be the type of individual that's going to you know try to wear a blindfold or try to fake in certain things. He's going to tell you exactly what it is, even if it sometimes hurt necessarily. He's going to tell you certain things about yourself, not because he wants to hurt you, because we care about you. We feel like if a person is not honest with you, a person not real with you, then they can't really love you. They can't really appreciate you because they're lying to you. They're just telling you what you want to hear. They just telling you, just to keep you around, just to keep you around them, keep you in a relationship with them. But we're not those individuals. If we type of individuals, if we can't feel, we can't be ourselves, then we don't need to really be in that relationship. We don't need to be in that friendship. We don't need, and we're not the type of individuals that's going to tell you to deal with the worst parts of us. We're the type of individuals. When you talk about Scorpio, we are always trying to grow. We are always trying to evolve. So if we feel like if we around a certain when we're around particular individuals, when we're putting time into certain individuals, we are trying to grow in that relationship. We are trying to become a better person in relationship. We're trying to know um, what's the best parts about us in the relationship. We're trying to know what are the negative aspects about us in the relationship. But at the same time, we're not trying to dwell and stay in the same place. We're always trying to grow. We're always trying to change. Hey, y'all make sure y'all like the video. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. If anybody wanna contact me, just send me your friend request. My my channel name is God Body Channel. I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna put it in the chat. You can send me a friend request. Just put God Body Channel and send me a friend request if you wanna just communicate with me on that point. But you'll find me a lot easier do email, and I answer right back. I answer instantly. Let me see. Do you think it takes you much longer to trust and commit when you have been hurt in previous relationship? Um, a- absolutely, because we don't know where the person's going to come off. We don't know exactly where that person, what that person agenda is. We don't know exactly how this, if we, because just like I told y'all, letting the person be, entering a new relationship is like letting somebody in our house. So if the previous person already caused damage to the house, then we're very apprehensive. Imagine trusting somebody and letting somebody into your clean house, into your calm house, into your peace haven, and then they start becoming disrespectful. Then they start, spilling drinks on your carpet. They start wiping their dirt, on your carpet. They start, writing on the walls. They start coloring on the walls. They start, just deteriorating your home. And your home could be, just like I told you, it could be your relationship, it could be your spirit, it could be your body, it could be all these things. So we're very apprehensive once we've been in a bad situation because we already have our antennas up. Not that we didn't have our antennas up with the previous relationship, because one thing about us, we don't sit there and, hey, Merry Christmas, Joy Overton. Merry Christmas. You always surprise me, Joy. You always surprise me. Hey, Jay Bird, what's better to you, to weather life storms together or gifts? What do you mean by that, Jay Bird? Can you break it down a little bit for me? Oh, I think you were, and I think you talk. I think I know you talking about Jay Bird. Yeah, you right about that. A lot of people just look at the shallow things in the relationship. They look at the smaller details in the relationship. They don't look at the real importance of the relationship. They don't look at the real strong pieces of that person. You got to be a type of individual that looks at the strengths. You got to be able to count the pros as well as the cons, because a lot of people, when they in relationships, they only look at the cons. They don't never look at the good parts. They don't never look at what the person does for them. People don't understand. It's hard to find a person to trust. It's hard to find a person to build with. It's hard to find a person to find things in common with. It's hard to find a person that you can open up to. So you can't take it for granted. And we're the type of individuals, as long as you don't take us for granted, as long as you treat us with respect, and loyalty, we don't ask for much. All we ask is for the simplest things. But these simple things are very difficult for people to understand. It's very difficult for people to see and realize what we're talking about and realize where we're coming from. Yeah, you in relationships. Yeah. Let me see. Forever evolving. I think you said one more thing. No, no problem, Rebecca. No problem. I love answering the questions. Forever evolving. How long did it take you, or how long does it take a Scorpio to really want to openly commit? Once we trust you, and it really is no timeline for that. Once we trust you, once we build with you, once we understand you, once we seen that you're loyal, that's when we'll start to open up to you. That's when we start to commit. Once we see out the gate that you're a person that is worth it. You're a person that's extraordinary. You're a person that's very special. A person that's not. Because one thing about us, like I told y'all, we do not look for. We're not the type of individuals that you could be a 20 on top of 20. Miss. Miss America, beautiful, beautiful hair, beautiful skin tone, beautiful body shape. You can have all that, and we not commit to you because your attitude, because of your aura, because of your spirit, because of the way you talk, the way you communicate, the way you act. All these gonna play a variable before your looks, before your appearance ever will. Once you show that you have no character, or you show that you have no substance, then we won't deal with you. Even if you are stunningly beautiful, we will keep you only in a certain category. We will not. We will never commit to you, though. We will never try to build a relationship with a person that we can't trust. Uh, no problem, Jay Bird. I really appreciate it. I know everybody's going in and out. I know everybody's doing their thing, but I really appreciate all the love. Let me see. Like I said, I probably will keep this up just for y'all. Yo, just give me 1 second. And whoever's coming in, please make sure you like as you enter the chat room. I appreciate it. Let's see. What type of mindset does Scorpio have to settle down? Um, we really want somebody that we can, we are men, you know what I'm saying? We know nothing less than an actual man. So, every man in the beginning, he wants to do this and do that. But at the end of the day, we do really want somebody at the end of the day that we can trust, that we can love, that we can commit to, that we can bond with, that we can build with, that we can love. But at the same time, we do not settle for less. We don't care even if we end up having to suffer a little bit just because of it. But we will not settle for less. We will not settle for the bottom of the barrel type of relationships. We will not settle for any type of treatment. We're not those type of individuals. So at the same time, we will go on our lonely way until we find that individual, until we find that person that we can trust. Um, do Scorpio men ever stop talking to someone, then go back after some time has passed? Absolutely, because like I told you, we are type of individuals that we try to compose ourselves. We try to make ourselves, we try to calm ourselves down. We don't try to come off and blast off on people. We don't try to, act crazy. We're not the type of individual that's looking for some type of drama, some craziness. So yeah, he will disappear in order to gain himself, in order to get himself together. Yeah, it's definitely normal. You are such a good communicator. If only everyone could express themselves like you. I try to communicate. I'm learning to communicate. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. I'm not saying I'm the best communicator, but I definitely try to communicate and find a common ground with everybody. And that's how most Scorpios are. But at the same time, we are not Mr. Frog, Mr. Smiley Face. We're not soft. We're not these individuals that will go for anything, and that's what makes it hard. That's where a lot of relationship obstacles run into, because we don't tolerate anything. We don't put up with just anything. We will tell you about yourself. We are very honest and we're very real. We're very down to earth people, but we're very real and we're very solid individuals. No problem, Mary. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do Scorpio, okay. Make sure I see everybody question. I just want to make sure I see everybody's question. I think I'm gonna keep this one up here just so everybody can enjoy it. I don't know if I keep it up all day or whatever, but I think I'll keep this one up because I think y'all would enjoy this. I think y'all enjoy all of them, but sometimes I just get so stuck into my thoughts. Being a Scorpio is not easy because a lot of times we overthink stuff a lot. And sometimes I'll be like, they don't care if I take this one down. They ain't gonna watch. It ain't gonna be that many people watching this particular video because I overthink stuff. I'm my biggest critic. I do a lot of overanalyzing. I really look at stuff very deeply, and a lot of times, sometimes this can get us in trouble also in relationships because a lot of times we take stuff very seriously. Sometimes it could be too seriously, you know what I mean? Because we always think of the worst case scenario, the most extreme case scenario, because of the experience. Just like I tell you, the past experiences. Let me see. I'm uh I'm gonna let my friend Katie. I'm letting some people out the block box. I'm gonna let my friend Katie, my Katie Tree Creations. I don't know if she still watch the videos. But I unblocked. See, the one thing a lot of people don't understand, we are forgiving people, but it got to be a certain circumstance. We're just not gonna let anybody back in. Um, and my friend Virgo Ethan, if you are still watching, and Natasha and the other Natasha, I don't know if she still watch, but I'm gonna unblock some people today. I'm in a different mood today. I'm feeling like okay, maybe I can overlook certain things, small things. But one thing about us, do not make a fool. Don't do not make a fool out of us. Don't try to prove us. Uh, Make us look crazy. Once we do turn that leaf, once we do become forgiven, once we do apologize, do not make us regret it. Do not try to make a fool out of us because we will react in the most negative ways. Let me see. Yeah, I let some people out the block box today. So let me see who I let out. I let Katie Tree Creations. You can come back. I let you back. I let Natasha back. Negrin. I can't think of how you enunciate it. I let y'all out the block box. So Ethan Virgo, I don't think he meant to do what he did. So I'm gonna let you out the block box too. Cause just like I tell y'all, Scorpio obstacles, we're not these unforgiving people of no return where we just close the door and lock it. No. But it takes time. You're not gonna just be able to walk right through that door, instantly. What's the difference between a Scorpio man liking someone and loving someone? Uh, One thing about liking, maybe I should do a video on that, forever evolving. Maybe I should do a video on that. That's like a very good topic. Oh man, because it's not very simply explained. So I might have to do. I'm gonna have to do a video on that. And just so I won't forget, make sure you email that to me. I'm gonna do a video on that, forever evolving. Make sure you email that to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, forever evolving. I enjoy doing these videos for y'all. Just remember when you're dealing with him, try to communicate with him. If you run into an obstacle with a Scorpio, communicate with us face to face. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, everybody is not like God Body 2009. I went through hell and back in order to become. Oh, hey, Sarah Carla. Happy holidays. I went through hell and back in order to become the person, the individual where I'm able to communicate. Because one person, you can ask anybody that grew up with me, you couldn't get two words out of me at one point. You couldn't. Uh, it took time for the Scorpio to become a certain level or become the Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? So understand that at the same time. A Scorpio, I would really have to break that down, but let me see if I can make a quick explanation. When a Scorpio likes you, we can like you. A Scorpio can like you, but at the same time, we're not going to trust you. We're not going to open up to you. We can like you and not really talk to you like that. We can like you, but not really because we don't know who you really are, and we can like you and not really have a familiarity with you, and not really ever show you who we really are because we don't, only people that we love we show certain aspects of ourselves to. You know what I'm saying? And only people, certain people we trust, we show at certain aspects of ourselves to. I close the door and cut people off if if they are disingenuous or disrespectful. Yeah, that's definitely, Mary. We cannot take. We're not the type of individuals that tolerate a lot of. We don't tolerate disrespect. We don't like people, talking to us any kind of way. He will be the individual that puts a stop to that. If you're not used to people telling you about yourself, if you're not used to people reacting to your rage or reacting to your disrespect, he's going to be the first individual to do that because he's not going to tolerate it. He's going to show you about yourself. He's going to cut you off. He's going to hurt your feelings. But if you're the type of individual that don't look for that attitude, if you are a respectful woman, if you do have that substance about yourself, he will show you that love. He will show you that respect. But if you're looking for that clash, you will definitely run into an enormous hole and you will fall right into it. So when it comes to relationship obstacles, just communicate with him. Give him time in order to look things through. At the same time, you have to be able to look at yourself. Don't ever look at anything as one sided, because it takes two to tango. So any problem, it takes two people to cause the problem. So it would take two people to fix the problem. Also, let me see. But what if a Scorpio man likes you, also open up to you too? It's still not love, right? Okay. Um, we built into love. It has to. I say the degree of trust, the degree of openness, the degree of letting you into his personal life. That's the difference between love, a loving Scorpio, and a Scorpio that just likes you. When the Scorpio loves you, we show you the deepest, most intimate parts of our soul. We you don't really have to guess too much with us. Scorpio likes you, you might have to keep playing the guessing game. You might have to keep digging stuff out of him, because the certain trust hasn't been built yet. The certain loyalty hasn't been built yet. The certain bond hasn't been built between the two yet. I hope that helped you a little bit, forever evolving. Make sure I said spoke to everybody. But at the same time, I really appreciate it. I ain't gonna go too crazy. Would you tell a girl you like her when you really love her? Uh, yeah, in the beginning, because we're not the type of people that just say I love you. But at the same time, once we open up to you and tell you we love you, you better appreciate it, because we don't just tell anybody that. So if you don't love us, we can live with that, but don't ever expect us to ever say it again, or ever open up that Pandora box of love, of respect, of loyalty, of of these energies, because we're not going to do that. If you get to the point where you become too cocky and you act like you can't say I love you back, or you get to the point where you start feeling yourself, we will shut that door and we will lock it and we will not open back up. So we take our time to open up to people when it comes to love. We really take our time. We take baby steps. Uh, Forever evolving. Thank you so much, forever evolving. I really appreciate the love, and thank you so much. I'm not going to go into this real deep. I went into this real deep already, but I know it's different parts that I can go into. So I know it's around the holidays. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep this one up. I'm gonna keep this one up for y'all. But y'all show me that love, y'all support. Y'all make sure y'all like all my new subscribers. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can receive the videos. I love y'all. Make sure you comment. Make sure you donate. Show some love if you can. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. All my brothers that in. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, thank you forever evolving. I really appreciate it. I look forward to it. Thank you so much. All the ladies. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love. Don't ever take your Scorpio's love for granted, because we're not the average everyday people. We give abundance, but at the same time, we have to. You have to show that in loyalty. You have to show that back and trust. You have to show that back in respect, because it's not just going to be handed to you. You're not just going to receive this abundance of wonderful love, this abundance of this intense man, and you haven't earned it, and you haven't done anything to deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will be back soon. I might do another one. Y'all never know. Y'all know how us Scorpios are. We pop up when we feel like it. So I love y'all. I appreciate it, and I want y'all to be safe. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And thank you so much. And I want y'all to be safe, because I want to be able to see y'all next year. So I love y'all. I really appreciate y'all. So be safe, be smart, and be cool. I'm out. Peace.